Episode 4, the Unit Content folder. The Unit Content folder contains the unit learning modules which will guide your learning and activities over the course of the semester. Click on the Unit Content folder once. The folder will open up and you have access to a further 6 folders which run sequentially left to right, top to bottom. These folders contain information that is pertinent to your learning, and you will notice that the tasks of the unit have been categorized into these learning modules. Click on the preparatory module once. You will notice that the menu bar minimizes and a table of contents will appear. If you scroll down the page, you'll see information about required readings, purpose of the module, discussions, assessment criteria, and linked learning outcomes and graduate attributes. On the left in the table of contents are links to these different aspects of the module. For instance, let's start at the very beginning discussion board, which you need to complete in order to introduce yourselves to each other. The etiquette discussion board, where as a group we're going to suggest guidelines for an etiquette protocol to be used throughout this online unit. And there's a link to the preparatory module checklist, which needs to be completed to ensure that you're fully prepared to complete the remainder of the unit. Click on Unit Content in the bread line at the top of the screen. And you'll remember that the bread line is the most effective and efficient way to navigate around Blackboard. Click on the Learning Module 1 folder once to open it up. And this is very similar in design to the preparatory learning module. Again, you have required texts, you have purpose and tasks, you have a very brief outline of the assessment, and you have linked learning outcomes and graduate attributes. On the left-hand side, you have a link to the Learning Module 1 discussion board, and you have a link to the Assessment 1 audio submission software, which is called Wimber. We'll be using this at greater detail later on in the semester, and there will be a video tutorial which will guide you through the steps in order to use Wimber. There's also a link to the rubric. Click on Unit Content in the home page once again, and the bread line once again, and very quickly just open up video tutorials. This is where all your video tutorials for this unit are going to be stored. There will be in-depth instructions listed on it, and there'll also be links to each episode. In this case, episode 1 and episode 2 have already been loaded up. In episode 5, we'll be looking at the assessment folder.